Let's do a trade recap on how I was holding a trade for more than 40 days. But before we begin, guys, I have partnered up with Funded Traders Markets to give you some discounts if you want a prop firm. This prop firm is fairly new, but right now they're going to give you some discounts, but more on that later on. So if you have been following me on Telegram or on Discord, we know that I have entered the trade around these areas here. Then I was holding for all of this. But I went out around these areas here because I thought maybe we are getting a reversal. And also I thought maybe we are going to fill up this gap here. So that is why I went out around this area. But I knew that the market is likely to push to the upside once more after this pullback here, because we have a newly formed wave around this area here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I was thinking that we are moving to the 5 to break this structure high here. Okay. Then, if you want to know how I have entered this trade right here, it was pretty much simple. I didn't have to struggle a lot, because what I have seen is that most of the time when price move very aggressively to the downside or maybe to the upside, after that price has to at least return. There is no way that the market is going to push to the upside like this forever. There must be at least a pullback like this before the market can once more continue to their direction. But in this situation, I noticed that all of them, they were breaking this previous swing low here. So when price made this, after I have noticed that there is a huge stronger move to the downside. This can stick here. This huge can stick to the downside here. I have noticed that the market is likely to break this low here. And then on this next candlestick, I noticed that, okay, I might as well try to buy it because price has already manipulated this low here. Or maybe price was like this, guys. It was around this areas here. Price was doing something like this. So I have noticed that, okay, price is fairly moving to the downside, but on the next candlestick, I was looking for price to at least manipulate this low and then get inside so that the market can reverse. But because I was trying to hold the trade for a longer period of time, I was waiting for the market to at least trade, and then there will be some lower time frames pullbacks that are going to be scary. So I was not even scared about that. And then my target was fairly around this area. Then when I move on to the lower time frame, I was waiting for a rejection candlestick below this line that I have marked around this area. I was waiting for a rejection candlestick around these areas here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So from here, I was looking for a rejection candlestick or maybe a break of market structure below. Then you can clearly see that we even gapped below. There was a gap here when the next candlestick opened. Then I surely saw this candlestick here. Then I didn't hesitate to buy. I missed the first entry around these areas here. But then eventually the market did what it's supposed to do. So from here, I noticed that, okay, this is a bullish rejection candlestick. Then I entered the market right here with this candlestick here. Then we waited. Even this one was a little bit sniper, but I was not looking for that because this is a huge trade. So I was not expecting the market to at least move to the upside very aggressive. No, no. I was expecting the market to at least try to pull back sometimes so that I can at least try to move to the upside. Yes, I was in a little bit of a drawdown around this area, but my stop loss was already there below here. And then we waited, then the market started to move to the upside. These moves were not even worrying me because my target is very, very high. The stop loss was very, very small. As you can see, the target is about these areas here. And this move didn't happen only on US 100. It also happened on other pairs like the US 30, US 500, even the German 30. They all had the same thing at the same time. So that was a confluence that the market is likely to reverse at these areas here. And there was better entries in the lower time frames that I didn't see, so I was not clearly focusing on that. You can clearly see that even if we move on to the lower time frame, there was a break of market structures around these areas here, even in here, and there was a lot of rejections. Clearly, you can clearly see that there was another rejection here after price has traded below this low, after price has manipulated this low here. There was good setups around these areas, but here for me, I was still sleeping, so I could have taken another one to make the entry around this area here. This is a bullish engulfing rejection candlestick, by the way. You can enter here, stop loss just below, even if you are holding for a longer period of time. This was a fairly easy trade, but then some of you have missed it. I have shared this trade on Telegram so that at least you can try to see how we did it. And if we look closely on the US 30, I have shared these setups, all of them, at the same day. They are all doing the same structure. If you look closely from the weekly time frame, let's move on to the weekly. They all had the same structure after breaking this low here. And I believe one pair did not break this low. It started to reverse before time. So after breaking this low, even if you move on to because you're on the weekly, I'll try to use the 1 hour because that would be a perfect time frame to look at. You can clearly see that this was a clear winner, all of them. They all had the same rejection candlestick here and then made some few manipulations in between for those who entered in the middle of the trade. Yeah, because we have to get in very early. So we got in around this area before we can move on to the upside. Let me show you the trade that we made. But before that, let's talk about this. So guys, by the way, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that I have partnered with Funded Traders Market, and we have 3 free challenges that you can win today. All you have to do is sign up with the link in the description below and then comment that you are done registering your account so that I can put you on the list, and then you might be the lucky winner to win a 5K challenge. And also, if you want to follow along with my trading journey, you can also follow this kind of videos because I'll be trading along with you guys using the method that we trade with on a daily basis. And also, the program is very cheap, guys. By the way, you can get a 5K challenge for only $23. And also another thing, they have a 100% profit split paid within the 24 hours. And if you don't get your payouts, they will double it Okay. So sign up with the link in the description below so that we can all benefit with prop firms. Okay. And also another thing that I want to point out, to be able to win this prop firm, is that you have to also follow their Discord in the description below, and then you'll be able to enter to win the 5K challenge. And also, before I move on, if you want everything about their profile and details, I'll leave the link in the description below so that you can check everything that is suitable for your trading style. And also, before we end the video, I want to show you the trade that I have entered. I used the C Trader platform using their profile. And also, if you remember, I have passed phase 1. It's just that I didn't trade too much on that account. So right now, let me show you the previous account that I have entered, the US 100. This is the trade that I have entered using that trade. You can clearly see that I have entered around these areas here. If you move on to the 1 hour, you'll clearly see it if it's still available on this area. You can clearly see that I have entered here on the rejection. I didn't want to wait for any retracement. I just entered here using 0.01 lot size. And then I have entered 2 trades. They're all made around 820. Then, if you remember, we have closed around these areas here. This trade was pretty much easy. I was holding this trade for more than, that's a lot of days, guys. I think it was 40 days, if I remember very well. It was around 40 days. Yes, it was around 40 days. It's just that the period here doesn't calculate correctly, but it was around 40 days. That's how we have made this. And if you remember, I've been showing you the setup a lot on Telegram and on Discord. And if you have noticed that our Telegram is being disabled, I don't know why. But in the meantime, please also consider checking out our Discord. Most of the people that were on Telegram were already on Discord. So that's how at least you can try to find us. Okay? See you on the next one.